You may have been answering the anonymous questions throughout these sessions, or you may have waited to the very end. No matter which way you did it, you probably encountered questions that left you scratching your head. It's important to answer all the questions the students ask. If they ask, it's because they want to know. We don't want them looking in inappropriate places for the answers. It's up to us to decide how much or how little to say. When you ask children to put questions into the question box or envelope, here are some tips to follow. Tell them not to write their names. Tell them that everyone has to write something, even if it's just a comment. Remind them to use dictionary words if they know them. Tell them that all the questions will be answered, but not necessarily exactly as written. Let them know that there's no stupid questions or dirty questions. Lastly, remind them that we don't ask private questions. To get them started, give them some ideas about what other children have wondered about. We've prepared a number of typical questions asked in puberty classes and have modeled some responses. This may be a good time to go back to the Sexual Health Program's Philosophy and Guiding Principles from the introduction. There is a 4-point plan for answering children's questions about sexuality. First, we have facts. We need to state facts, dispel myths, and find answers if we don't already know them. Next, there's values. Lots of the students' questions will deal with loaded issues. People have different values around these issues. Things like abortion, masturbation, homosexuality, and sexual activity outside of marriage. Our job is to teach students that people have different views. They need to learn respect for their own and others' opinions. Responsibility. It's crucial that students learn that they can make choices and that these choices have consequences for themselves as well as others. Lastly, there's self-esteem. As you know, the way we answer questions can help students value themselves and respect others. "That's a good question" is always a welcome phrase, or "We'll be talking about that a little later on, thanks for asking." That's another great example. Please pay attention to the words our educators use, as well as their demeanor and how they deal with private questions. And take a deep breath.